Greetings, dear viewers! I am Building Block, and today I'm going to talk about something different. If you've been around social media or online forums for almost a couple decades, you've likely seen instances of SCP mentioning anomalies, containment, silly blob monsters, or the skull dog creature sending pictures of itself in text messages. So, what exactly is SCP? SCP stands for Special Containment Procedures, though it can also be interpreted as Secure, Contain, Protect. To put it simply, it's a community of horror fan writers and artists that create stories revolving around a fictional secret military and research organization called the SCP Foundation. The setting takes some inspirations from sci-fi media like the Men in Black series, and even real-life conspiracy theories such as Area 51. Though whereas Men in Black focuses on aliens, SCP focuses on, well, just about everything strange and unusual. From the superstitious to the extraordinary, to the paranormal, to the extraterrestrial, magic, science, religion, spirituality. If it breaks the laws of physics, it's on the Foundation's radar. Now, this whole thing started off as a collection of creepypastas from different users. On 4chan of all places. Yes, seriously. Later on, these users got together, moved away from 4chan, and started a wiki page, cataloging all their stories, creating new stories, and accepting new members, resulting in this project growing into a worldwide online community. Since then, they've improved their writing quality and go through thorough critiquing to ensure each article is at its best. They've even rewritten most of their earlier works to reflect the new standards. And before anyone asks, no, I am not an official member. I'm just a casual observer who finds their stories very fascinating. I should also note, SCP is protected under Creative Commons, meaning that no single party or corporation can claim ownership, copyright, or exclusivity. Not even the mouse himself can get his mitts on them. It is publicly available to all. This also means content creators can make videos and art about them without fear of legal repercussions, so long as they cite their sources properly and are respectful to the original source material. And with that, let's talk about the actual stories. The SCP Foundation is a secret organization dedicated to containing and studying anomalies called SCPs, all the while keeping everything hidden from the general public. The SCP Wiki has, as of recording, over 8,000 SCP articles that describe anomalies the Foundation contains. Each article is written like a secret government research document, detailing the anomaly, the research, the method of containment, the number of tests or uses, etc. This format gives a more scientific approach into these stories. These SCPs can range from monsters that hide in the shadows, creatures that will kill you if you look at them the wrong way, or not look at them at all, buildings with geography that doesn't make any sense, wizards, aliens, and math that somehow spawns bears. Yes, really. Some of these SCP articles even take inspiration from real-world conspiracies such as Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, Mothman, Walt Disney's Frozen Head in the Jar, and many more, but with a twist. My personal favorite is SCP-387, Living Legos. You can probably guess why I like this one. Each SCP is given a classification to indicate level of containment. Safe means easy to contain. Euclid means moderately difficult to contain, just need to keep monitoring. And Keter means extremely difficult or even impossible to contain. There's more to the classification system, but I'll make a future supplementary video to further explain. While SCP is mostly known for horror, the stories actually come in a variety of genres. Some stories are comedic, action, thriller, some will make you laugh, some will make you cry, a lot will leave you with more questions than answers. And there are also stories that are analogous to real-world horrors and experiences, so expect some heavy material. There are also tales on the wiki that explore more of this fictional world. Some exploits and adventures of the Foundation's staff, some tales to explore major events that shape this fictional world, and some tales that explore the various anomalies and their connections further. And speaking of Foundation staff, let's talk about them next. The main staff you'll likely encounter in these files and tales are researchers, mobile task forces, D-Class, and the O5 Council. Each staff has security clearance ranging from 1 to 5. with 1 being the junior or janitorial staff, and 5 who are the head honchos themselves. Starting with the researchers, they're pretty much as the title implies. They're the people that study the anomalies and figure out what makes them tick. Mobile Task Force, or MTF for short, are the muscle of the Foundation. They're deployed out into the field to collect the anomaly once it's discovered. The MTS are also sent out whenever there's general anomalous trouble brewing to take care of. Each MTS specializes in different fields. Some specialize with giant monsters, some handle demons, some handle technology. They even have an MTF for ghosts, codenamed Mu-13 Ghostbusters. That is awesome! Then there's the D-Class. They're not exactly Foundation staff, more like involuntary test subjects. When researchers need to do extensive human testing, they send out D-Class, and most often they come back in pieces. I should also note most D-Class are actually convicted criminals that were given the death sentence for one reason or another. Other D-Class are former Foundation staff that broke the rules and were caught abusing their power. So now they have to go through experimentations themselves. Then there's the O5 Council, otherwise known as O5 Command or the Overseers. They're the ones in charge of the entire organization. They oversee everything that goes on in the Foundation. There are exactly 13 members, and their identities are a complete mystery. Most staff members under level 1 or 2 clearance don't even know they exist, and the O5 would like to keep it that way. As the heads of the Foundation, they are some of the most powerful people on the planet, with access to powers beyond mortal comprehension. There's more to the staff, but just like the classifications, I'll make videos talking about them in the future. The next thing I would like to talk about are the ethics displayed in these stories. And I may have given the impression that the Foundation are the good guys. Well, aren't they? Yes, no, kinda, sorta, not exactly. It's complicated. The Foundation stays true to their mission to contain anomalies and protect the world. However, they will go to extreme lengths to accomplish their goals, even as far as causing significant harm to others. It's terrible, but in the Foundation's perspective, it's necessary. They have to contain the anomalies with the utmost security, no matter the cost, or risk major catastrophes. That being said, how they treat the anomalies vary from article to article. In some articles, they treat them no different than other monsters, keeping them in cells with little to no compassion. In other articles, they give the anomalies some care and amenities. They've even given Cthulhu a monthly allowance of $60 to play any video games he wants. I'm not joking. I'd say their morals can range from dubious at best to bankrupt at worst. And yet, there's a nuance to this complex morality, among other things. Now, if you're interested in reading these stories, I should mention there is no official starting point. These articles aren't written in chronological order, and are not necessarily connected. Instead, these stories are self-contained. While there is a lot of lore in these stories, continuity is treated more like suggestions than actual rules. The only thing these stories have to be consistent with is themselves. It's actually another interesting aspect about SCP. See, as I said, this is a community-driven series, meaning there are a lot of authors writing different stories, and these authors tend to go in their own separate directions. Sometimes these authors will write different stories about another author's SCP articles, and because of these differences between articles and tales, it sort of creates this unique experience for the audience. Kinda like a choose-your-own-adventure story. You can read these stories and pick and choose what is canon and what is not. So, where to even begin? Best I can suggest is to look up the curated lists on the wiki and check the recommended articles. Just don't start with SCP-001. Trust me, it ain't beginner-friendly. Overall, I find SCP phenomenal. What started as a collection of monster stories from random users on the internet has grown into a community-wide collaborative passion project, and it is still growing. There's a lot of things I could talk about, and I'd like to make more videos on the series, so look forward to that. That's all I have for now. But I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, and remember to have fun.